everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be introducing the Crochet Society Advent Crochet along with you today. This is day 1 and we're going to be going right through to Christmas Day, which is day 25. We'll be building a project and it's going to unfold in front of your eyes. I am so excited for you to see. So the way this is going to work is you're going to have either a video on this channel or check out the community tab on this channel because it will give you some guidance of where you can find the instructions for that day. But you are going to have help for every single day of this crochet along. So you can join in with this whether or not you have the advent calendar or not. You can just select your own yarn. But this is going to be so fun, so don't forget to join in the Crochet Society Facebook group because you'll all be chatting in there and helping each other out if you need the additional help. So without further ado, let's get started. So in this video we are going to be making 7 of these snowflakes. So your snowflakes want to measure around 11 centimeters from point to point. So what I would suggest is that you make your first snowflake, measure it. If you are coming out larger, then drop down a hook size. If you're coming out smaller, then move up a hook size. So this is really going to depend on personal tension. So I'm going to be using the 4mm crochet hook, which is what comes in your Advent Day 1. But as I say, you can adapt this. It's really important that you're not coming out too large because that will affect your quantities when it comes to making your project. So do your first one without fastening off, measure it. If it's okay, then move on. If not, you might want to think about adapting your hook size. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so for day 1, we're going to be making some snowflakes. So for this, we're going to use the colour from day 1. And we're going to be making 7 of these snowflakes in total. So you want to be using your 4mm crochet hook and we're going to begin with our magic ring. So for the magic ring, you want to lay your yarn over your hand like so, wrap it round so that you make an X on the front of your hand and then you've got 2 strands on the back. We're going to take our hook and go underneath the first strand, pull the second strand through and then twist your hook round so you have a twist in your yarn just here. Grab the working yarn and pull through and there you have your magic ring or your magic circle. So we're just going to leave that open for now and we're going to start off by chaining 2. So we've just done our first chain and we'll do our second chain here, so that's 2 chains. We're then going to do a treble crochet. So remember, I'm working in UK terms. In the US this is known as a double crochet. So it's yarn over into that center circle, yarn over, pull through. We'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, you'll have 2 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops on the hook. So this is going to class as our first cluster and I'll show you what I mean by a cluster in just a moment. We'll then have a little pattern repeat. So for this we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3. And now we're going to do our treble crochet 2 together. So we're going to yarn over, insert into the magic ring, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 2 loops on the hook, and we're going to leave it there for now. We're going to yarn over, insert into the magic ring again, yarn over, pull through, you'll have 4 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, you'll have 3 loops on the hook, and then we're going to yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and that is our treble 2 together, treble crochet 2 together, which we are calling a cluster in this pattern. So we're going to do that little repeat 5 times in total. So we've just done 1, which is the chain 3 and then cluster. We'll do that again, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then cluster, which is our treble crochet 2 together. So yarn over, pull through 2, don't finish off that treble crochet, yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook. So you want to go ahead and repeat that until you've done it 5 times. So chain 3, cluster, chain 3, cluster, 5 times in total, and then meet me back and I'll show you how to finish off round 1. Okay, so I now have my beginning cluster, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3, 1, 2 and 3, and join to the first treble with a slip stitch. So we're going to go into the top of that stitch and join. We can now cinch in that center circle, and now you can see the shape a little bit better. So now we're ready to move on to round 2. So for round 2, we're going to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and then we have a pattern repeat. We're going to do 5 double crochets in the chain 3 space. So we'll find that chain 3 space which is here, and we'll do 5 double crochets. Now remember, I'm working in UK terms. In the US this is known as a single crochet. So we go into the stitch, yarn over and pull through. You'll have 2 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, and again yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops. So that's 2, 3, 4 and 5. We're going to chain 1, miss the cluster, and then repeat that again. So 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 1, miss a cluster, and then 5 double crochets again. So you're going to repeat that all the way round until you are in your last chain 3 space. So go ahead, pause the video, do those 5 double crochets in that last chain 3 space and chain 1, and then meet me back and we'll finish off this round. Okay, so once you've worked your way all the way round, we've done our last 5 double crochets here and a chain 1. Now we're going to join with a slip stitch into that first double crochet. So we're just going to locate that here and slip stitch, and that is the end of round 2. For round 3, we're going to start straight off with a pattern repeat. So double crochet into the next stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Then it's saying 1 double crochet, chain 9 and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. So we'll move into this next stitch here. We'll do a double crochet, chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and double crochet into that very same stitch that we've just worked into. We're then going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, double crochet into the next stitch, and then slip stitch into the next stitch. So that's just insert, pull through and pull through. So this is what that section is looking like. We're then going to do a raised half treble front post, which will be a raised half double front post in the US, around the cluster. So to do that, we're going to yarn over, go around this cluster from a few rounds before. So we'll go from front to back to front again, yarn over and pull through. You'll have 3 loops on the hook, and then yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on the hook, and there you have your raised half treble cluster. And then we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, so that will be the first double crochet from the next set. And then we're going to repeat again. So I'll show you this pattern repeat once more, and then you can continue round. We're going to double crochet into the next stitch, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We're then going to work into the next stitch. So if you want to try and figure out if you're on the right track, this next one should be in the center of those 5 double crochets. So we'll go into that next stitch and we're going to do a double crochet, chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and then do a double crochet into that same stitch that you've just worked into. So double crochet, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, double crochet into the next stitch, slip stitch into the next stitch, and then raised half treble front post around the cluster. So yarn over, front to back to front, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over, pull through all 3, and then slip stitch into the next stitch. So you're going to repeat that all the way round until you get to your last section. So go ahead, pause the video, work that pattern repeat all the way round, and then meet me back once you're ready. Once you've gone all the way round, your last slip stitch should be into the join of where your first stitch was, and then you can yarn over, grab your scissors, fasten off, and then pull out. And then there we have our first snowflake. So there we go, this is day 1. You want to go ahead and make 7 of these snowflakes. Please don't forget to tag Crochet Society, myself and Rosina Plain in your progress so that we can see where you're up to, and then I shall see you in the next video.